In St. James's Park the daffodils were in full bloom, but it was a cold day. Tyler had told Ewan, his boss at the Admiralty, that he was feeling ill and needed fresh air. Ewan always indulged him. Tyler had arrived 10 minutes early for the rendezvous and was impeccably dressed. When he had worked in Moscow, the head of Chancery had always singled him out for his first-class appearance and manners. Dressing well usually gave Tyler self-confidence, but on this occasion he was still nervous. He didn't know what or whom to expect. He had met the American at a louche party in Dolphin Square. He said his name was Nick Satan, but Tyler had taken that with a pinch of salt, as aliases were part of the scene. They later exchanged telephone numbers, but when Tyler had tried ringing him, the line was dead. He checked with the GPO and found that no such phone number had ever existed. But Tyler wasn't suspicious. He'd had a lot to drink that evening, and must have copied the number incorrectly. 2 days later, the American telephoned him. "I tried to ring you," said Tyler, "but I couldn't get—"
"Yeah, I know. There's been a problem. Listen, I haven't time to talk. Meet me in St. James's Park tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
For a second, Tyler wondered if he was talking to the same person that he had met at the party. The voice was still American, but crisp and with less deep South honey. "That's fine," said Tyler. "I'll be there." Tyler guessed he would find the American on the Buckingham Palace end of St. James's Lake. It was more secluded. He finally spotted him on a park bench, partly obscured by a weeping willow. The American was wearing a single-breasted trench coat with a belt, which was casually knotted. Tyler could see that the coat was perfectly cut and expensive. The American didn't look up as Tyler approached. He didn't even make eye contact when Tyler sat down on the bench next to him. There was a long, awkward pause as the American looked out across the lake, his eyes squinting against the lowering sun. Finally, he gave a twisted smile, as if he were inwardly laughing at an unspoken joke. When the words came, they were a velvet whisper.
"Did anyone ever tell you that you were pretty when you were a little girl?"
The American spoke in the same honeyed accent, a purr of lazy diphthongs, that Tyler remembered from the party. It was the languid southern drawl of a plantation owner ordering a slave to strip. Tyler stared across the lake and stayed silent.
"So no one ever told you that?"
Tyler laughed nervously. "No."
"Not even your mother?"
"No."
"What a pity. All little girls should be told they're pretty, even if they're not."
The American paused and gave an inward smile.
"But of course, John, you are pretty, and I'm sure you want to be."
Tyler was surprised to hear his proper name. The Dolphin Square gang called him Babs.
"Why," asked the American, "do you think I asked you to come here?"
"I think you're playing some sort of game, and not a very pleasant one."
"Uh-huh."
The American gave a lopsided laugh.
"Oh, dear. You sound ever so proper British when you get indignant. Can you do it again?"
"Please don't mock me."
"I apologize, John. Do you forgive me?"
"Sure." Tyler paused. "Now that you know my real name, can you tell me yours?" The American laughed.
"I don't have a real name. I'm surprised you didn't know that."
Tyler nodded. "Okay."
"Let's get down to business."
The American slipped a hand inside his trench coat and took out a brown 8x10 envelope.
"Did you, enjoy your posting in Moscow?"
Tyler stared at the envelope without answering.
"Maybe you can't remember."
The American opened the envelope and slid out the first photo.
"But it certainly looks like you enjoyed yourself, and gave joy to a few others, too. Would you like to see the rest of the photos?"
Tyler looked away and shook his head.
"You're lucky, John."
"How?"
"That it was our guys who were running Mikhailsky."
Tyler knew he had been reckless that evening, but thought he would be safe with Mikhailsky, because his new friend was a Pole, not a Russian. It seemed at the time, especially after all the vodka, that as they were foreigners, they could do what they wanted and nobody would know. Then later, when a couple of Russians joined in, Tyler was past caring. "Thank you," said Tyler.
"I don't understand why you're thanking me."